Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friends from Work. I'm Tom, this is Sean, and on today's episode we are going to be reviewing REINFIELD starring Nick Cage and Nicholas Hoult. So two Nicks, I just realized that. But before we do that, do us a favor, leave a like right now, subscribe down below, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, links are on the screen and down below. And other than that...
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Other than that, we're going to get right into it. Sean, I'll let you take the lead for this one. Give general thoughts at first.
I thought it was a fun movie. I liked it. I didn't realize Ben Schwartz was going to be in it. He wasn't. Was he in the trailers?
No, that was a pleasant surprise.
Okay, I was going to say I don't remember seeing him in the trailers at all. He was hilarious. And it was a lot funnier than I thought. I thought like Dracula was going to be fun. Like
Nick Cage.
I thought Nick Cage was going to be like the humor.
Yeah.
But like everyone was really funny.
Great.
Everybody's being really funny. Like I said, Ben Schwartz, I thought like he stole the show. Like I wasn't expecting him to be in it, and he was just hilarious in every scene he was in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you've been paying attention to us, very short movie. Was it an hour and a half, 90 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, I wrote it down. No, I didn't. But no, it was like an hour and a half, hour 40. It was around that, one of those two.
I think it's like.
But it was quick.
30. Yeah, it was a quick movie. The pacing was really good. There was like no filler. They just went from like scene to scene to scene to scene right away. I like that.
Going off that point, talk about no filler. What I really liked when they had to give the background story, because no one really knew who REINFIELD was, so to speak, if you're not familiar with the lore, which I really wasn't. I just know Dracula, kind of. That's about it, right? And they shot it really cool. Like they shot the backstory of REINFIELD in like an old typical, like a 1920s like the old horror movies. So
and they did it like real quick and like
just to explain the points
while
that matter.
While he's talking it, but it's like scrolling behind him. It was really good.
I really liked when they shot the whole like old fashioned vampire thing. That was one of my favorites. And I'm glad to see honestly Nick Cage making a comeback. He's had a plethora of serious roles and dramatic roles. In the last couple ones he's done, this one and then Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Pig was like more of like it wasn't mainstream, but it was more like around like the artsy academy wise, very well declared. That was more a drama role, but recently he's been doing a lot of fun, silly. It just looks like he's just having fun.
Yeah,
like Massive Talent with Pedro Pascal was so funny.
He said, I know there's like a famous interview of him saying that Dracula is one of his like 3 main roles he always wanted to play.
Yeah.
It was Dracula, Superman, and I think Captain Nemo.
I don't know who that is.
For some reason.
Is that Marvel, DC, or?
I thought it was. For some reason, I'm thinking of that in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You know that? There's like an Indian captain. I thought his name was Captain Nemo. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll look that up.
Huh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
But he said those are the 3 roles. That's why there's that gif of him being, or that meme of him being Superman that always goes viral.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, wasn't that a Tim Burton movie or something like that?
No, he dressed up like him for Halloween or something.
Oh, that's what it was?
I believe so, but I know he always said he wanted to play Superman.
But I swear he was getting like suited, like it was like a professional suiting.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, he always wanted to play Dracula, and it definitely felt like that. He did a great job playing Dracula. He wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
It was definitely about REINFIELD.
Yes.
I mean, I guess it's the title.
Yeah.
But I expected it to be more Nick
Like Nick Cage steal the show.
Yeah, but I mean, he really did. But I just
tastefully.
Yeah. There was just a lot less of him than I thought it was going to be, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah. Like Sean said earlier, the cast was so funny. Aquafina, that was what was her name? Rebecca, the cop. She was in. She's the girl from Shang-Chi. Sean, who's like she's been in other stuff too. I've seen her. I just can't forget off the top of my head. But when I saw she was in the cast, and the cast is absolutely. The casting was great.
The counselor. I don't know what his name was, but he was funny. At the drug or the abuse meeting he would go to.
Oh yeah, he was hilarious.
Funny, and so were like a few of the people in the group. They were funny.
Like he said, Ben Schwartz he was the perfect antagonist for this movie because it was a horror comedy. That's what I labeled it as. And
that's definitely what it was.
Yeah, he was like when he was running away from Rebecca. He was throwing the coke at the cops. And like the point I want to bring up for him that kind of highlighted him. I mean, for a lot of the silly quibbits he always does. The final fight scene when Nicholas Hoult and REINFIELD he was fighting him, and he was like, Ben Schwartz said, he's like, man, you're just jealous because I'm in your spot. You've always had this jealousy for me. He's like, I've barely met you 2 times. Like, it was like stuff like that. He's like, shut up. Like, it was just like he's trying to be all dramatic and serious. And they were kind of making fun of themselves for that classic
when he
movie
got arrested.
cliche.
He's like, "We've done so many murders. I'll
Yeah.
tell you about all the murders." He's like, "I won't tell on anybody. I don't care."
And the lawyer came in. He's like, I didn't tell him anything.
He's like, "I didn't say anything." He's like, "Fuck you," when he's leaving.
It was so funny.
Oh.
Like, yeah, Nick Schwartz is probably my favorite out of all this. I don't know. It's hard to choose because everyone was really funny in their own way.
Yeah, Dracula was dope. I really liked his portrayal of him.
Yeah.
It was a real, I don't know if unexpected is the word, but a nice change of pace at the end of the movie where, like, they switched up, like, there was, like, double bad guys, and Nicholas Dracula teams up with the other bad guys to fight Renfield. Like, that was interesting. I didn't expect that to happen at the beginning.
You know what
that to be the end.
You know what I liked? I liked that they made sure they highlighted Ben Schwartz as, like, the main villain. They could have easily had the mom as, like, oh, she's really the big bad. Like, Ben Schwartz could have been for a couple laughs, but they made sure he was highlighted and the mom was in the background, so to speak. So I was really glad about that because that could have been such a like I said, there was a lot of opportunities for this movie to screw up and fall on its feet in the sense of, like, fall into classic movie cliches and, oh, the mom's actually the villain. Ben Schwartz is going to die soon or something like that.
Yeah, it was just like cannon fodder. I like that. We kind of skipped past this. The fighting was really dope.
Yeah.
The gore there was a lot of blood and, like,
they did not shy away.
It had like anime vibes or, like, just blood splatter, and, like, Renfield was a beast. There was multiple scenes where he just fucked up like 10 people.
Yeah, it was gruesome. So let me look right here. Yeah, that's funny. My next point was gore was so extra for this film. And I would say it was a surprisingly decent story. I was thinking going in there, like, I was like, oh, I'll have a couple laughs, gonna be gory. I was thinking, like, the same mindset as Cocaine Bear and what's that movie with David Harbour? He played Santa Claus.
Oh, Violent Christmas.
Yeah, Violent Night.
Violent Night.
Yeah. I was thinking something like that where it's like it kind of has a story, but it's really...
I kind of agree. I thought that's going to be too. It definitely wasn't that.
But yeah, it had a really...
It was like an interesting story on...
very a simple story, but told tastefully.
Yeah, something we liked, but with a new spin on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't expect the ending. And like I said, it was interesting to do it, like, from Renfield's point of view. Yeah,
I agree. Some of the cons, though, I only got a couple. I really did not like how the trailer spoiled certain things. So, like, the big climax, the big turn of the page for Renfield, like, all right, screw Dracula, I'm done, was the whole Dracula just annihilates that whole therapy group. Yeah. That was in the trailer like a million times. That was their main selling point. And if that's, I didn't like that. I've been saying that a lot recently for a lot of trailers have been spoiling a lot more than they should. I always think they should just show the first act. And that part, when I saw that, I was like, are you kidding me? And it was spoiled. It would have had more impact to me.
I don't remember that, but just thinking, like, you know what I mean? It's really predictable that would be the thing. Like, they kept making a point that he was going there. He went there like 4 times in the movie. Like,
I knew it was gonna
happen. Was a short movie, and he'd been there like 4 times in the first 40
true.
Minutes of the movie. Like,
I just hate how trailers do that, though. It's one of my pet peeves.
I don't even remember, but I only saw the trailer a couple times, and I just remember Nicolas Cage. The one thing that, I guess this was the movie about, like, abuse and the abuser relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. So I hate that. It's like, I don't like movies with undertones. That was just like, okay.
It wasn't bad, I would say.
I don't think so. It wasn't bad. It's just like, it makes for cheesy moments where they have to, like, stop time and, like, while he narrates, like, I am good enough. Like,
they were doing it funny, though. Like,
I know, it's just like, yeah, they had to, but that's what I'm saying, that they paint themselves in the corner where they have to do so. But yeah, I was cool, though. I never really seen a story about, I guess I remember at one point his name was Renfield, but I didn't know, I just thought he always got a new one, and, like, I guess his name, I didn't realize it was one guy the whole time. I guess that was their take.
Yeah.
And the ones that I know, it's usually like he gets somebody. He gets into town and gets, and the first person to open his casket, he kind of tricks him into being him usually.
So I want to discuss the box office. We always kind of start. We started doing that really recently, but it always brings up a good conversation. The box office, the budget was $65 million, and the box office opening weekend was $7.7 million opening weekend. In my opinion, the reason that I think I'm not gonna quote unquote flopped, I think it was too early. I think if it released around fall, Halloween time,
I was just gonna
I
say
think
that.
it
Why
would
the
have.
fuck they didn't wait till Halloween?
Yeah, I think it would have probably went
I
up.
would never drop like a gore movie unless it was like a trilogy or something.
Right, or like a horror movie, because horror movies come out all year round,
Yeah.
like big, huge ones, like the Evil Dead and or Open, whatever it's called,
or Scream or whatever. That's
stuff
what I'm saying.
like
But like a quirky one like that, it's gotta be like October.
like Violent Night dropped around Christmas time, and I forgot how much that did, but I don't think it did too crazy.
Yeah, that didn't help them dropping in the middle of this. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I really, because Nick Cage is a big name, and the same thing Nicholas Hoult. He was in Warm Bodies too, and other stuff, but I just remember him from Warm Bodies.
I remember him from Warm Bodies. I couldn't remember anything else. It was like kind of like Shotgun Wedding. I never understood why they didn't release that like for Valentine's Day. Like
there's certain things you should just like. This is like I said, if it released around Halloween,
I think it would have done.
I think it probably would have done 15, 20 opening weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too.
You know what I didn't feel really? It was kind of confusing what they were trying to paint. With Renfield and Rebecca, I didn't feel like because they were trying to make it more romantical, kind of. Yeah. I didn't feel that. It felt more like they're friends. But in the movie, I don't know if you felt the same way or you took it the same way. It was like they were trying to romanticize them together. But I saw them more as like buddies.
Yeah, well, I guess like you got that vibe. Like it felt like they were trying to do that. But the way they were talking about each other, it was like they admired each other, not that they lusted after each other. I don't know. It was weird. I just remember Renfield like talking about her. He was like, "She's incredible."
Yeah.
But like not like the tone he had. It wasn't like he wanted to have sex with her. It was more like he wanted to like
be her.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish I had her courage. Yeah, it's just like that. Like so, I don't know, but it was. Yeah, I definitely got a weird vibe from that. I was like, I don't know what you're trying to do.
The chemistry there was not there for me because it was confusing.
There was some scenes where just them that
because he brought flowers for her too. That's the thing that threw me off.
I like when he beats up all those dudes for the first time in front of her.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Oh okay," like she like doesn't even say that. She's like, "Oh." She's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "All over." She's like, "Oh, Army. That's how you know how to do all that stuff, right?" Like, yeah, that's how he knows how to be freaking Spider-Man. He's in the Army. Like, he just ripped that guy to shreds.
Yeah.
Like.
But yeah, no. Overall, this movie was a lot of fun. I was looking at the time here for the video. It's a pretty quick one. I don't have much else to say.
Like I said, I will say the final fight scene was pretty long. It was like 5 or 10 minutes. Like. Yeah. And it was good. I liked it. Nicolas Cage killed it as Dracula. It's mostly about Renfield, though. If you're going into it thinking it's going to be a Nicolas Cage movie like I was, it really isn't. He has his moments. He does pop when he is on the screen. Yeah. He does do an amazing job. But it's like 70-30 Renfield.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I was glad it was an hour and a half, too.
Yeah. I'm looking through my notes here, guys. I don't want to miss anything before we head out here. Yeah, I pretty much said everything. Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. It actually exceeded my expectations. But I gave it like a pretty mid rating. It was an entertaining movie, but at the end of the day, will I watch it again? Maybe. I'm not gonna go out of the way to watch it, but I do recommend when it comes out on streaming services to watch it then.
Probably
you don't have to.
Soon.
Yeah. You don't have to run to the movie theater. You're in no rush. Definitely watch around Halloween again. I'll probably do that if it once it pops up. It'd be a smart move to do that to get some recoup from this lackluster box office. I ain't gonna do good this upcoming weekend because it was last weekend it came out. So
yeah, I don't know. What is anything coming out this week? No, maybe
Covenant.
We'll see.
Covenant's coming out this weekend.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
The Covenant.
What's that?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, is that in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a streaming service movie. I might have to go to the theaters to see that.
Moron.
Oh.
But yeah, that's
canceled.
Dummy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What'd you give it? What rating?
Oh yeah, sorry. I
trailed off.
Yeah. I gave it a 5.6. Yeah, like I said, it was a good movie. Very entertaining. You don't have to wait till you can just wait till the streaming services. I definitely recommend watching it though when you have some time. Trailer kind of ruined it for me for some parts, but I'm very.
All he did was kill some stupid group. How the trailer?
But like when you're telling a story, you shouldn't put the climax.
I think there was a really good plot twist with with Dracula teaming up with Ben Schwartz. I thought that was cool.
That was good, yeah.
Like I said, I really don't remember that part, but I think once you saw him go to the group like a third time,
you'd figure it out.
You like, yeah, Dracula's killing one of these guys. Yeah. Like he's gonna show up here. He was making a point that like Renfield wasn't around.
Yeah.
And then like he kept calling Renfield back, and like the hell theory guy, you knew he was gonna pop up on Renfield somewhere and be like, "What you doing, boy? Like,
what up, cuz?"
Yeah. I'm not that low on it this time. I'll give it like a 7.5. I thought it was a really good movie. The acting was really good. The pacing was really good. Like at some points, I kind of thought they were transitioning too fast. Like the plot was going along too quickly. Yeah. They like really got into the movie. We weren't wasting any time, and there was like boom, 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 scene. There was no filler really. It had a cool little twist at the end. Dracula was dope. Renfield was really cool. The fighting was really awesome. Like I said, anime vibes, where it was like some really technical fighting, but Nicolas Cage would do cool stuff where like he would like turn into bats really quick, and one of the guys he like turned into bats and like went down their throat and exploded them. Like it was some crazy cool shit you haven't really seen with Dracula before, and I liked it.
Yeah. But yeah, that is it for this episode, guys. A little quick one for you. Before you head out, do us a favor, leave a like and subscribe right now. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Links are on the screen and down below. Comment if you've seen it yet, what you would review next, all that good stuff. Other than that, I am Tom. This is Sean, and we'll see you guys next episode. Take care.